Well, good morning, you guys.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Real Talk with SLR. It's technically the afternoon for us. We're actually right about to wrap up the day's worth of work, I guess, yesterday for y'all. We're double doing Real Talk. We're doing Real Talk twice today.
Yep.
Trying to get ahead of things a little bit.
Yes.
But it's exciting, guys. It's so exciting. Do you guys see anything behind us? Does anything look a little different?
We've been hard at work today, that's for sure.
Oh my gosh. Poor Gary. If you guys can't tell, we were able to get all of the fascia board in, or the subfascia.
Subfascia,
Yeah, the subfascia board. And it's all in. Everything is locked and perfectly into place. We even got the other joists that we had to create that like come out for the eave.
The overhang aspects.
Yeah, we got that one up and on the building, and that's pretty much what we were able to get done today on all sides. And I know it doesn't sound like that much, and we're going to get critiqued, you know. All that work for 4 boards? Yes, all that work for 4 boards.
Man, those rafter tails were killing me today. And it was a constant, I need a third hand. But yet the overhang is so out there to where it's like, I can't really have you help me because it's putting you in like a danger spot aspect wise. And
listen, I tried like heck,
me in a danger spot. Yes, you did.
I tried.
You helped out in so many different ways, but yeah, no, it was interesting. And I turned myself into a pretzel a couple of times out there. Yeah,
Gary was doing some kind of sketchy stuff, and I was like, bro, you better knock it off. He like putting his foot all the way up to the top of the rafter, 1 foot on the ladder, 1 foot up on the rafter, pushing and pulling, one hand holding a hammer, and then the other one holding the nail gun. And I'm like, Gary, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, I'm just trying to get it done. I'm like, I hear you, but come on.
Yeah. Many times where I was like, man, I need a third hand. And I can't.
Well, see, what happened is that we had all this rain, right? And this is my hypothesis. I believe that all the rain that we had got our boards all nice and wet. And then, you know, as it's been sunny yesterday and today, well, the sun started to come out yesterday. And then today, with it being so sunny, it's like drying out and it's deciding to snake all those boards out. So even though we had the rafters like lined up exactly where we wanted them, because we got pounded by the rain those 2 days, and then it got dry and they didn't have that subfascia
here and there, and I'm sitting here pulling one way, getting it tacked in that spot, and it's like, all right, cool. Now I got to undo the screw, remove it, add it to this side so I can straighten it out and actually plumb out the joist. It was a nightmare.
It was one of those kind of days. So, you know, we're taking it day by day. Today was a victory. Today we freaking won. We kicked its butt. Yep. We didn't give up. We kept going. I wish we were able to get more done today, but it is what it is, you know?
We got all the subfascia up.
Yeah, that's a win. It's a huge win.
So that is a huge one right there. I'm super happy about that.
And guys, it totally changes the whole feel.
It does.
Like when you're standing outside and you're looking over here now everything just looks more polished off. Everything looks super lined up and clean. And yeah, I can't wait to show you guys.
You can start seeing where and how it's all going together and everything else like that. And
the visual learners will be very satisfied because I know that I am.
No, and I'm happy because everything's lining up exactly how I was hoping that it was going to be lining up and how it was looking like it was going to be lining up. And
yeah,
all my measurements were correct. So
listen, all of the rafter tails were on the line. They were just crooked on the line here and there. And that was because the boards were going a little bit this way and that way. But they were on the line. Like they was where it needed to be.
Yeah. And not only that, but, you know, trying to have a super straight board doesn't always happen. And, you know,
like it never happens.
Even the subfascia that we put on there, I had to
go up and down.
And I crowned it to where the crown was actually down. So that way I was able to pull the crown out versus if I had the crown up, then I'd be having to push it up while I'm trying to do everything else.
And be on a ladder like way up there, all sketch as it is anyway. But no, today was victorious though. Listen, it was a very good day. We put our whole butts in there. We didn't half booty nothing.
Nope.
And you know, like we really did a great job as far as I'm concerned. This is still our very first time ever doing anything like this. And so, like I always say, every step is another step in the right direction. So
and she's sturdy.
Oh, yeah.
She is sturdy. She ain't even fully tied into the house, and she is like, oh my goodness.
Well, she's pretty tight in. You got them going inside and like onto the rafters. I mean, like.
But you like the peak. You know what I mean? Like that is sturdy, and it's not even. I'm like, okay, that makes me happy. Yep. It makes it a little bit easier when I'm walking around and spider monkeying up there versus, you get up there and you feel the thing go like this while you're on it. It's like,
your stomach yo-yos a little bit.
Definitely uneasy in your stomach. And you're like, man, dude, what am I doing right now?
You're like, about that.
Yeah. Exactly. That's when my fears of stuff start to hit me, when you're on something and you feel it sway back and forth. It's the same thing when I'm up in the tree stand, and I'm up there and it's windy and the tree starts doing this and I'm tied off to the tree. And I'm like, bro, dude, I don't know how many trees have I seen falling over and I'm tied to this damn tree, like dang tree. You know what I mean? That's where it gets your butt puckered up a little bit. You're like, okay, yep. Be aware. At least for me. Oh.
Well, the next few steps are going to have us all pretty puckered because we are going to have to actually be up and onto the roof and tied into the roof. And we could go after it today, but realistically, we've got about 45 minutes of sunshine, and then the sun's going to be down for the rest of the day. And we can't really get a whole lot done in 45 minutes for what needs to be done for the next steps. So
I can get some done, but
not really.
Not really. It's the holiday time. We've got a lot of other stuff going on, so. Yeah. It's better time. We sat there for probably, 5 minutes, talked a little bit, and we're like, yeah, no, you know what? We need to do X, Y, and Z and all these other things, and it would be best if we served our time that way. Well,
the only thing that we would have been able to do today and had it ready for us for tomorrow would
get the rim board up.
Yeah, about it would have been that, hanging the rim board up on the very top and getting that to be ready for the new joists that are going to go for the valley to get hung off and onto it. Tomorrow, we're going to put that board up there, and we are going to build and create the other smaller rafters that go in the valley areas. Yep. And we're going to get it all hung up. And once those things are done, we are ready for zip board to be up on the building. Yep. So I know it's a long time coming, friends. I understand. I thank you guys so much for being patient with us and coming along the journey with us. But it's been a process, and
it has been.
We're not afraid to show you guys our process. We actually, that's part of the fun part, is sharing this whole new experience with us. There's like a lot of people that have been doing this for a very long time. Maybe this was one of your careers. We hear it all the time in the comment section. And while that is wonderful and we have a lot that we can learn from you, and we do take some things that you guys say, but we also have to learn from the school of firsthand experience and trial and error and doing what works good for us because of the way that our brains work, Yep. And what we're doing here on our YouTube channels is just sharing the process with you guys. If you guys were ever curious of what it would be like to do this with no experience, we're your example, all right? Yep. Maybe not always the best example, but we're an example.
Yes, 100%.
But yeah, and it's been a really great day, and I'm really excited for the rest of this week. I'm excited for what it's going to bring for us. I know that zip board on the top of the roof section and drying the sucker in as far as from the top down is imminent.
Super nice. Yeah. Super nice. We're so close.
It's so close. So close.
But day by day, we're getting there, you know, and it's we checked off quite a bit on the list to get there, so we're right there.
Oh, so somebody was asking, babe, in the comment section, or actually not even asking, they just have reminded us because I was thinking about you guys. They said, don't forget the bracing or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, there's gonna be all sorts of different types of bracings of every which way.
No, that's maybe bracing isn't the right word. I'm thinking of blocking. Yes, yeah. Blocking.
So there's a bit of blocking that we can do, but if we can get the zip board up there and we get it all lined up with the zip board, technically there's not really a whole lot of blocking that we need for the roof structure aspect.
Because it's tied in with the Those pieces, right?
Correct. The collar ties.
Collar ties.
So because the collar ties are in there the way that it is, that will keep these from spreading, or pulling away from each other. And not only that, but the way that we're going to be tying in as well is this way. So
they can't spread that way.
Yeah.
So because they were saying that we should do blocking like this. Making like ladders in between, at least that's what I took from the comment. I could be wrong.
We're technically not going to need it.
Okay.
So it's something I did on the main house. Yes. I did a lot of different types of connection points of everything. But on this, we're not going to really need a whole lot of craziness. But we have a lot more to do on the underneath. Biggest thing is get the zip board up there.
Yeah, start making sure that like this floor isn't gonna get all soggy woggy,
Correct. That way we can
rotten.
work underneath here and finish up the zip board that we need to do underneath here. If it is sprinkling a little here and there,
we're covered.
We're going to be covered. So it's not going to be the end of the world in that aspect.
And once all of the zip board is up on top of the building, then here comes our perfect, accurate measurements, and we can start getting something scheduled when it comes to either buying the raw materials and installing it ourselves or hiring out a company to come and install the roofing for us.
Correct.
I'm still not sure on which side of the fence we're going to go on that, to be honest with you. But then again, we haven't gotten any for sure quotes yet either.
Time, money, and how long is it going to take for us to do it? How long is it going to take them to do it? How long is it going to take them to be able to come out to do it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of different variables that go into that aspect.
Yeah, and I've been waiting and waiting so we can get the actual numbers, which actually after tomorrow we should be pretty darn close to get them.
Have all the numbers. We should.
Because right now we can get approximates, but
I want to have the exacts.
Of course he does.
If you're off a little bit, it would suck to be like, oh, I just need to put in that last piece. I'm waiting on that last piece to come in, from an order or anything else like that. That would suck.
That would suck.
I would rather be like, okay, this is the exact dimensions, give it to somebody and be like, okay, you'll get all the raw materials and be like, this should do the whole build. And then be like, oh, I'm off by one. You guys shorted me. Then it's not on me. It's on them. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I look at it, at least.
But we're close, though, guys. We're inching closer and closer towards that every day. I think that we'll be able to, at the very least, we should be able to order the materials before the end of the year. So our goal of having metal on the roof before the end of the year, I'm just going to say it now, we're inching too close to the holidays. We're not going to make that.
Ain't going to make it.
Although...
Can we dry in underneath here?
Dry in underneath here and have all the zip board on the building before the end of the year? That's an obtainable goal. Yeah. So we're shifting and adjusting our goals just a little bit because of what reality is for us. It's always good to have really high goals and to set yourself up for success in that, right? And to dream big. And I actually encourage people to dream bigger than what they normally would dream, because it's like, you set yourself with one goal and then you achieve it and then you want to do more. And then you set another goal and then you achieve it and then you want to do more. And that's just like what people do. That's just what people do. So
you can always think about the bigger picture or trying to achieve that bigger goal. And even if you don't meet that goal 100%, you still checked off quite a bit of it to get to that point.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And if you didn't have any goals,
you wouldn't achieve nothing.
Correct.
Yeah. Or maybe you would, but maybe not as much.
Correct.
Because you wouldn't have that driving force of, I want to get, your goal. So Gary and I have talked about it, and we are being very realistic. I don't think that we're going to have metal on the building before the end of this year. It doesn't mean we're big losers. We've worked really hard for it. There's been obviously lots of other circumstances, regarding our life and how we fit everything into our life. Yep. But it's not a failure. It's still a very much big win. And I really do think that we should either have them scheduled to put the metal on the building for us if we do that route, or we could quite possibly have the metal ordered and awaiting a delivery, or something along those lines before the end of this year.
Correct.
We should know where we're getting it. We should know what the bottom line is. And of course, the magic when. So that's our new, very obtainable, very achievable goal that we've reset for ourselves. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm looking forward to it, guys. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm so excited. And you know what's really cool too, is we already have the door and the windows here. So once we get the zip board up on here, we can move forward with doing all that stuff too, if we wanted to.
Zip boarding all the way up, finish up zip boarding the columns, finish up zip boarding everything, and then taping and flashing and sealing everything, and then install windows and get all the windows and doors fully done, and then that will be all the doors and windows for our house, minus the interior ones.
Exactly. And we could do that while we're waiting for the metal for the roof.
Correct.
Or for them to come and install it, or whichever way it goes out, if we're doing it or however it works. Yeah. So yeah, it's really good that, we have all these things. The end is near, so to speak. As far as this exterior stuff, we're almost to the point where everything we're going to do is going to be in a controlled weather environment, which is going to make work a lot easier for us. Not only to actually complete the work, but just the timeline of things. There's so many times when you're out here and you're working, and then you get chased off by the rain. Yep. Our last video, for example.
100%. 100%.
It's just, we live in a very beautiful area, but with that comes a lot of crazy weather. So it's just one of those things, and I'm just really excited to get to the point where we're able to work no matter what the season is. And I know there's going to be some stuff that is going to still hinder us as far as weather, because, we're not going to keep our house just green zipboard forever. But we are going to put it off. We're going to focus on getting the metal on the roof. And then I don't think we're going to even deal with the subject of siding until spring. We're going to work on other things during this winter inside the cabin, which I think you guys will be really excited about. But I don't want to give you guys too much information, because then we're just going to get wind to death. Yes. That's what happens. That's why I don't like giving timelines, or we want to bring you guys along. We like setting it for ourselves. But we don't really like saying it to you guys, because then it's the wind to death on everything. We do get wind to death, and it just and then if things happen, or if we have to readjust stuff or whatever, then we're made out to be like terrible losers and stuff, and nobody likes that, so it's just one of those things. But we do have a lot of really exciting stuff going on, and I'm very excited to share with you guys each day as we progress in this. And I'm very thankful to all of you guys for being with us this entire time. I know it's been a really long journey and a really long time coming. Several of you guys have been with us from day one of our channel's conception, all the way back in Arizona. And you guys have watched us change personally, not just our location, but just as people. And to take this journey, you guys have watched it and been with us every step of the way. And I've always said it from the beginning. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but it was going to be worth it. And it absolutely has been so worth it. 100%. So worth it. I'm so happy that we decided to do this. And in the grand scheme of things, if you really look at the big picture of it, when we left Arizona, we still had a 30-year mortgage to pay. All right. We were only 4 or 5 years into our mortgage. No. So we had 25 years left of a mortgage. No. All right. We weren't getting out of that no matter how hard we tried. We got 25 years left on that mortgage. And, we're just going to be living the normal life, which is nothing wrong with that. Okay. No. However, we moved out here, and we've been out here for 3 years. And so in the last 3 years, everything that we have, zero mortgage. You know what I mean? That's pretty amazing. Obviously, you can't get out of taxes. The government's going to get their piece of pie regardless. But that's a whole different thing. I'm not going down that corner right now. But if you look at it that way, you know what I mean? It's pretty remarkable, because by the time that this thing is all said and done, there's no way that we could have... It's our project. We're planning and hoping to have the whole house finished in a 5-year goal. Gary's mentioned that a bunch of times. The homestead and house and everything. Exactly. Goal. Exactly. And we're about 3 years in right now, and we have a beautiful homestead that gives us food, whether it be for meat production, also the gardening. All of our animals are taken care of. Almost 100% done. Yeah.
to be quite honest.
And the house is like 70% done.
Yep. Everything's about right in that same ballpark, which makes me happy.
Yeah. And so, like, think about it. Like, if there would have been no way that in 5 years from then we would have been able to pay off our mortgage.
No.
Unless we were making, like, triple payments or something, which would not have been able to happen, so.
No.
But, look, so it's, like, really great. It's really, really great. I'm really proud of us, man. Like, it's been a lot of sacrifice. This has not come easy.
No.
It's been a struggle, like, every step of the way, but it's been... That's what the adventure is. That's like that's kind of the joy and like the story of the adventure, you know? So I don't know. I'm in a really good mood, guys. I've been in a great mood for a while. I just feel really good. I'm really happy with how everything's going. This is a wonderful season. We've been able to spend a lot of time with you and the kids and
family's time has been absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing,
really
amazing, amazing. And I wouldn't trade any of it for anything, you know.
Either.
So even the progress of this house don't matter to me. The family time matters more, you know. And that's been wonderful. Absolutely great.
Well, that's pretty much all we got for you guys for today on Real Talk.
Yep.
But I wanted to thank you guys so much for all of your continued support and watching the video that we posted the other day for you guys. I'm not going to have another one to post for you guys, most likely until Saturday, but keep your notifications on because it's really just depends on how much we get done and, you know, where life takes us. But again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Look forward to some new uploads coming soon. And until the next one, friends, you know, we love y'all and we hope you have a good one.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.